I'd like to start off by saying Shalom and giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who do rule well and teach this truth in all honesty and sincerity. And salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth that push this truth in all diligence and sincerity as well. And I'm just going to touch on a few topics, mainly the destruction that's going on in this place. And you recently you had some more mass shootings or whatever, which is all done by Esau. But here this devil is trying to put a label on the men on the highways and byways as terrorists. You know, we know that's the angle that's the approach you're trying to take with the men of the Lord. And but here it is, only Esau is the one that's doing these bloodthirsty acts, man. Jake is not out here just going on a worldwide killing spree. He not just mowing down people just at random, you know. Even though you have some Jakes that do that dumb drive-by shooting shit, but we talking about these mass shootings that is done by Esau. And ultimately, the Lord is giving them the green light to tear these people up, man. It's all done through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. He is in control of the good things and the bad things that happen. And I'm gonna start with Amos, 3rd chapter, and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? And that's a question. It's like a rhetorical question. Because yes, the Lord is in control of all that. He ordains what happens in this earth. And no one can do more than what the Lord allows them to do. That's Esau. That's these other nations. The Israelites. It's all ordained by the Most High. And I'm going to get that again. Amos the 3rd chapter, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it? With a question mark, because that's a question, like a rhetorical question. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants and the prophets. Salakia, his servants, the prophets. And you got the slow, dumbass Christian church, which we know some of the elect may come out of that Christianity madness, false doctrine. But for the most part, these Christians believe that the devil is the one that does all these bad things, which the devil on earth is Esau, and he is carrying out these acts, and he get his power from the spiritual demon Satan. And Esau is the devil. but you can't tell these Christians nothing. Yes, the devil is doing this. And who is the race of people that are doing all these violent acts, man? And it's Esau, man. It's you Edomites. These Christians don't know what they worship. Like they think the Lord is all love. Um, and I'm gonna get that in John. Yeah. The 4th chapter. And verse 22. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers that shall worship the Father in spirit and truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And a lot of times when we bring out the truth and the facts, whether it's history, current events, or you know, whatever, these Christians, they don't believe, because or they'll say, or just like, for example, the color of the Lord. What color is the Lord? Well, what does it matter what color he is, as long as, well, you're not worshiping him in spirit and in truth, the whole truth. The scriptures say the truth shall set you free. So if you're believing a lie, you're not free, man, because you're bound by this lie, and it's going to be a snare unto you. You know, so, you know, anyone that is not concerned with the whole truth, you know, you're off, man. We know these heathens are not going to get it anyway. But Jake, man, you know, if you can't get it, man, the Lord didn't want you to get it, man. Period. Because this is the end game, and if you still talking about the color of the Lord don't matter and all this, like, you just about to be stubble, man. You just gonna be left for Esau to roll on you, man. Like, it ain't. I mean, what can somebody tell you? And you had this mass shooting down there in El Paso, and you had another one in Florida. Well, I'm hearing that it was another one in Daytona, and or it was one in Ohio, and I forget which one, but one of them said that a child ran in first and was telling them that it's a man out here with a gun, and I guess nobody believed him. And you know, when he came in, he just got the mowing people down. So, and I thought that was symbolic, because the people very seldom listen to the watchman, or it's just the same as when you out on the highways and byways and you warning the people. The men of the Lord are out on the highways and byways warning people. They're blowing the trumpet, and the people just keep going up and down. They're not concerned with any destruction coming to this place, you know, because America has been untouched, per se. War has not entered on this soil since some hundreds of years. You know, when you know, back you know, 1700s, you know, 1800, war has not been on the soil. They have went and done stuff to everybody else, but we warning them that the Most High is gonna raise up nations to come against this place, and they don't give a damn. And the same thing when the little boy went in, as they say, and tried to warn the people. They didn't listen and got mowed down. And so I'm gonna grab that in Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, Salakia. Yeah, Ezekiel the 33rd chapter, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them. And now those people down there in El Paso are they're Jakes. That's a tribe of Issachar, for the most part, that's down there. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. And that's what that little kid was doing, and the people didn't listen. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be up on his own head. And I'm pretty sure that those people have heard the men of the Lord out there, preaching. And the Most High sent another warning through a little child, and they still didn't take heed. So their blood was on their own hands, man. And they didn't listen. And that's what the men of the Lord are set up to be: watchmen, to watch the current events, to watch the news, to watch what's going on in the world, and warn the people about the prophecies that are coming. That's why the Most High left us books and records and prophecies and history, so we could know what time it is on a spiritual clock. And ultimately all this is of the Lord, man. And he's starting at his own house, because our people iniquities. And there's a saying, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. And the Lord Most High is doing that. He's cleaning his own house. And then there's going to be these heathens. I'm gonna grab something real quick in Jeremiah 11:11, because this is what happens to our people. The Lord brings judgment because they not adhering to His word. This is Jeremiah chapter 11 and verse 11. Therefore thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will bring evil upon them which they shall not be able to escape. Those people weren't able to escape in them all that got caught off guard. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. And what's the first thing people be saying when some evil times or some danger, say, oh Lord, oh God, oh, and what he say? Though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. Then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods unto whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. And our people had a bad habit of going to worshiping these other false gods, when we have the most supreme being in existence to worship, and we're His people. That's just like your woman cook a 6-course meal for you, but you saying you want to eat this some McDonald's or something, or you want to eat the Fisher Price play school food, the fake food that kids play with. That's exactly what it's like. You want to worship something fake and not real, or you want to indulge in something not real, as opposed to indulging in the true power of the Lord and worshiping the true power, our power. These heathens can't call on the Lord. They get their powers from demons and shit like that. So this is why the Lord bring this upon His people. For according to the number of thy cities were thy gods, O Judah, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem have ye set up altars to that shameful thing, even altars to burn incense unto Baal. And that was a false god. Baal. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. Man. What hath my beloved to do in mine house? So the Lord is calling us His beloved, man. Seeing she hath wrought lewdness with many, and the holy flesh is passed from thee. When thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest. And what's an example of that? You know, men popping another man's wife and they rejoice over it. You know, it's thousands of songs out here talking about adultery and glorifying it. They talking about selling drugs, smoking weed, getting white boy wasted or white girl wasted or whatever, you know. Bragging about eating all these abominable foods because Esau has told them that that's a delicacy, but the Lord's word said that it's an abomination. But our people rejoice in that. They rejoice when they do wickedness, and that's why the Lord said what He said. Therefore, said back in verse 11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. So the Lord not hearing that shit. You know, and these spirits are the Lord created these spirits, man. The Lord putting these spirits on these people, man. Because he's sick of this place. And so, yes, he created spirits that are for vengeance. And we'll get that in Sirach chapter 39. And I'm going to start at verse 27. All these things, all these things, I'm going to start at verse 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners they are turned into evil. Verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appeaseth the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword. The modern day sword is the gun and the missiles. Punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So these people, these spirits are carrying out these acts, man. And the Lord uses the wicked to carry out wicked acts, just like He used righteous men to do righteous things in the earth. It all comes from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, man. So stop giving the devil the credit that belongs to the Most High, Yahweh. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, man. And the Lord is visiting this place. And the Lord, this is how the Lord visits a place, man. Through destruction and death, man. Especially when it has been a wicked place, a wicked kingdom, a wicked habitation. Flip back to Isaiah 26th chapter. And the 21st verse. I'm going to start at 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast. And that word indignation is righteous anger. Verse 21, for behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. And the point being, the Lord visits a place, man. You know, and it's through destruction. I'm gonna get something else in Psalms. This is Psalms, the 2nd chapter, and this is Psalms 2nd chapter, verse 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh; the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. So, and that's what you see going on. The Lord is vexing the people of this land, man. He's fed up with the iniquity of this place, and it's time for the wicked to pay. Esau, you heathens, and 2/3 of Israel. So I hope this has been an edifying lesson. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom and Abba Ball.